Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive with us.
Yeah, always great to be back.
And today we're going to be talking about something that I know has been on a lot of people's minds recently, the Filipino rock band Aegis.
Right. Yeah, huge band, and some really sad news recently about their lead vocalist, Sunot.
Yeah, Mercy passed away just last week, November 17th.
Yeah.
And I think it's been a really big blow to a lot of people, especially in the Filipino community.
Huge loss.
Right.
Their music is so pervasive in Filipino culture.
Yeah, you can't go anywhere without hearing Aegis.
Absolutely. Weddings, karaoke bars.
Exactly.
Just family gatherings.
Yeah, it's really kind of the soundtrack to Filipino life in a lot of ways.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, what's really fascinating about them is how they managed to blend like traditional Filipino folk music with like Western rock influences.
Totally. And it's just so powerful. I mean, you hear those opening chords of Luha or Basang-basa sa Ulan.
Oh my God, yeah.
And you're like instantly transported back to like some family gathering or karaoke night or something like that.
And it just, it hits you right in the feels.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's really emotional music, and I think part of that is Mercy's voice.
Absolutely. Incredible range.
Yeah.
She had this real raw vulnerability that I think just really drew you in. So it's no wonder that their music became so popular.
Yeah.
I mean, it really resonated with people.
Totally. And it makes this upcoming Haliksa Ulan concert even more, I think, poignant.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it was supposed to be a celebration.
Yeah, a celebration of their music.
Right.
And now it's going to be more of a tribute to Mercy's life and legacy.
Exactly. And she passed away on November 17th at the Stanford Hospital and Clinics in San Francisco.
Right.
After battling cancer. She was only 48.
Far too young.
Way too young.
Yeah.
And the band shared the news on their Facebook page. And, I think everybody just felt this collective heartbreak.
Absolutely.
Across the Filipino community.
Yeah.
And her sister Juliet, who also sings in Aegis.
Right.
She posted this really moving message, and she talked about the hole in her heart.
Yeah, the hole that no one can fill.
Yeah, that no one can fill.
That's right.
And I think that really resonated with a lot of people.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And what's interesting about this whole thing is how open Mercy was about her illness. She was sharing her struggles on social media, asking for prayers. It was almost like she was inviting her fans to be a part of her journey.
Yeah, it was really brave of her.
It was, yeah. To be that vulnerable, especially when you're going through something so difficult.
Right.
I mean, to sort of share that with the world,
it
takes a lot of strength.
Absolutely.
And I think that's why people connected with her so strongly. Because she was a superstar, but she was also, just a human being.
A real person.
Yeah, going through something really tough.
Yeah. And she even posted a video from her hospital bed.
Wow.
The day before her surgery.
Really?
Asking for everyone to pray for her.
Wow. That's powerful.
It is. It's really powerful. And it makes you think about, the kind of strength that she had, even in the face of, this really scary situation.
Absolutely.
She also spent her last birthday alone in the U.S.
Oh, wow.
Undergoing treatment.
Yeah.
And she shared a video talking about how difficult it was to be away from her loved ones and how much she wanted to come back to the Philippines.
Oh, wow.
And she said, "It's hard being in a foreign country. You're all alone. The things I want to do, I can't. It's truly different when you're abroad. I'm on a solo flight. I hope I get better quickly so I can go back to the Philippines."
Wow, that's heartbreaking.
It is. It's really heartbreaking.
Yeah. Even in her final weeks, she was still thinking about others.
Yeah.
Thinking about her fans back home.
Yeah.
That's just incredible.
Yeah, and I think it really speaks to her character.
Absolutely.
So I think it's really important to kind of take a moment and just acknowledge the impact that Mercy had on Filipino music and culture.
Absolutely.
And I think her legacy is going to continue to live on
sure.
for many years to come.
Yeah.
So I think maybe what we should do now is kind of shift gears a little bit and talk about the music itself.
Yeah.
And what made Aegis stand out musically.
All right. Let's do it.
Yeah. Let's dive into that.
Okay.
What is it about their sound that's so distinctly Aegis?
Right. Yeah. Well, I think the first thing that comes to mind is the harmonies.
Oh, yeah.
the way Mercy and Juliet's voices blended together.
Yeah.
It's just magical.
It's so powerful.
Yeah. It's like they were weaving magic with their vocal cords.
Yeah. And you mentioned earlier about the blend of Filipino folk music with the Western rock influences.
Yeah.
Can you give some like specific examples of that?
Sure. Yeah. So you'll often hear traditional Filipino instruments like the bandurria or the octavina kind of subtly woven into the arrangements.
I see.
It adds this really unique texture to their sound.
Right.
And it really grounds their music in something distinctly Filipino.
Okay.
But then you've also got like the driving drums and the electric guitar riffs.
Yeah.
Which are those classic elements of rock music.
Right.
That give Aegis that power and energy.
It's such a cool mix.
It is. It's a really cool mix.
And they're not afraid to rock out?
No, not at all.
But there's also this like really beautiful, almost nostalgic quality to it that speaks to their Filipino roots.
Absolutely.
It's a really delicate balance.
It is.
And Mercy was known for her incredible vocal control.
Oh, yeah.
Like the way she could hit those high notes.
Yeah, with such power and emotion.
Were there any specific techniques that she used?
Yeah, I mean, she was a master of melisma, which is a vocal technique where you sing multiple notes on a single syllable.
Okay.
So it's kind of like vocal acrobatics.
Yeah.
But with incredible emotion poured into it.
I see.
And it's a hallmark of Filipino ballad singing.
Okay.
And Mercy just took it to a whole other level.
And you can really hear that in Luha. I mean, that's like their most iconic song, I think.
Absolutely.
And every time I hear it, I just get chills,
Yeah.
especially during that final chorus.
Oh, yeah.
Where she just lets loose.
It's amazing.
It's like she's channeling like generations of Filipino singers
Yeah, totally.
who came before her.
It's like this, this outpouring of emotion is just so powerful.
Yeah, and Luha is such a great example of everything we've been talking about.
Right.
It's got the soaring harmonies,
Yeah.
the blend of Filipino folk elements with the rock instrumentation, and then Mercy's just incredible vocal performance.
All there.
It's all there.
Yeah.
Should we give it a listen?
Yeah, let's do it. I think our listeners would appreciate it.
Okay. Let's take a deep dive into Luha and experience the magic of Mercy Sunot's voice.
Yeah.
It really makes you think about bands,
Uh-huh.
They're these creative entities,
Right.
but they're also made up of individuals,
Right.
With their own
Yeah.
strengths and vulnerabilities.
Totally.
And when you lose a key member,
Yeah.
it's not just a musical void.
Right.
It's like a human one, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And for a band like Aegis,
Yeah.
where the vocal harmonies were so central to their sound,
Right.
it's hard to imagine how they'll adapt.
Yeah.
I mean, can you even have Aegis without Mercy?
Yeah. That's a good question. And I think a lot of fans are probably asking themselves that right now.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I think, only time will tell how they'll move forward.
Yeah.
But maybe they'll find a new vocalist.
Yeah.
Who can bring their own style to the music.
Right.
But also still honor Mercy's legacy.
Right. It'd be tough shoes to fill, for sure.
Yeah, it would be.
But you never know.
Yeah.
Maybe there's somebody out there.
Right. Or maybe they'll shift their focus to the other vocalists in the band.
Yeah.
Like Juliet.
Right. Give her a chance to shine.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's got an amazing voice, too.
Yeah. Maybe this is an opportunity for her to step into that more prominent role.
Absolutely. Yeah. To kind of forge her own path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe they'll do something totally different.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll experiment with their sound.
Right.
Maybe they'll go in a more acoustic direction.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strip things back.
Yeah. Just focus on the raw emotion of the music.
It would be a bold move.
Yeah, it would.
But I think it could also be really powerful.
I agree.
Because it would show that
Yeah.
they're not just trying to replicate the past.
Right.
They're willing to evolve.
Totally.
And embrace this new chapter.
Yeah, I think that's what Mercy would wanted. For her music to continue to inspire people.
Yeah, to push boundaries.
You evolve.
Yeah.
And, maybe this tragedy, as difficult as it is, will inspire them to do just that.
Yeah.
To really push the boundaries of their sound.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of pushing boundaries,
Yeah.
I remember reading an interview with Mercy a few years ago where she talked about wanting to experiment with electronic music.
Wow.
Like incorporating more modern sounds
Really?
into Aegis' style.
I had no idea.
Yeah. So it's interesting to think about,
Yeah.
what that might have sounded like.
Yeah. What direction she might have taken them in.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess only time will tell what the future holds for Aegis.
That's right.
But one thing's for sure.
Yeah.
Mercy Sunot's voice,
Yes.
her music,
absolutely,
is going to continue to resonate with Filipinos.
Yeah.
For generations to come.
It will.
And I think, for anyone listening who maybe hasn't had the chance to really experience Aegis.
Right.
I encourage you to seek out their music.
Absolutely.
Start with Luha.
Yeah. Basang-basa Ulan halik.
Great songs.
Yeah, all those classics.
You'll understand why they're so beloved.
You'll get it. You'll see why.
Yeah.
Their music is a gift. It really is a gift to the world.
Yeah.
A testament to Filipino culture.
Absolutely.
And the power of music.
And on that note,
I
think we'll leave you to explore the world of Aegis and Mercy Sunot.
Yeah, explore it.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Absolutely.
Until next time.
Yeah.
Keep seeking knowledge.
Keep asking those questions.
Keep asking questions and keep those ears open.
That's right.
For the music that moves you.
Beautiful.